What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. I did not plan on doing a video today. I just got back from Pennsylvania, spending time with my daughter-in-law and my grandkids. Had a great weekend hanging out with them, going up to Pennsylvania, possible destination where we may be moving to. It was good. It was got to see the town that she's going to be working in and stuff like that. So that was cool. The reason for this particular video that we're doing right now, or that I'm doing right now, is basically a life lesson for all the men out there. And I'm going to say this clear as day. It's about how to fucking act in public. It doesn't matter whether you're a 70 plus year old wrestler older than my fucking dad who still thinks he's running around like it's 1984 and he's still running wild in the NWA, or if you're a dipshit in a wrestling crowd who doesn't know how to act and makes a fool of himself to the point where he gets kicked out of the building. It doesn't fucking matter. There's a way to conduct yourself when you are out somewhere. There's a way to act as a gentleman. And it boils down to this one simple thing. Act like you have some fucking sense. Okay? If you're out in public, act like you have some fucking sense. If you're at a wrestling show, or if you're out in public and you see an attractive woman and she's wearing rather revealing clothing, it doesn't give you the fucking green light to yell out stuff inappropriate shit at them or catcall them or any of that shit. Or to be like, yo, baby, bring that ass over here. It's not a green light to do that. It's not a green light to do that in public. It's not a green light to do that at Hooters. You will get thrown out of Hooters for acting like an asshole to the waitresses. If you go to a strip club and act like that, and there are women that are naked or half naked with pasties on, you'll get kicked out of there. If you go to a wrestling show and do this at the women there who are scantily dressed, they should kick you out there as well. It doesn't matter if a girl's walking around in a fucking thong and a string bikini. You don't get to yell whatever the fuck you want at them because you think they're attractive or whatever. That's not the move. Act like you have some self-restraint. Act like you have some self-control. Act like you have some fucking self-respect for yourself. Not just restraint, but respect for yourself and respect for the woman that's got your eye. You can look. That's fine. 99.9% of us are gonna look. You can admire the view. That's perfectly fine. But you don't get to act like a fucking savage or like you were raised in a fucking barn because she's dressed a certain way. That's the type of bullshit argument motherfuckers used to make back in the day when they assaulted somebody. Look at what she's wearing. That's not a fucking excuse. She was asking for it. No, she fucking wasn't. And if you think she's asking for it, you're the fucking problem, not them. The amount of people that I've seen regarding the Skye Blue situation last night that happened at the RH taping, saying, well, she shows her ass. I don't give a fuck if she shows her ass. It doesn't fucking matter if she has her butt cheeks hanging out of her fucking gear. It doesn't matter who's dressed like that. It's a wrestling show. Act like you have some fucking sense. The worst part about this situation with this dipshit is he's there with his fucking kid. What message does that send to his child about how they're supposed to conduct themselves? You understand the problem there? It's not just him being an asshole. It's the message he sent to his own kid. That's a fucking problem. You don't get to conduct yourself like that. Kudos to Aubrey Edwards for getting that dipshit thrown out. And also, kudos to Soraya for trying to point him out during the dynamite. Because she called the camera over to the area where these moron was and said these guys are fucking creeps. They're being creeps to all the women. And I guess nobody caught on. Which is unfortunate, because then Skye Blue wouldn't have had to deal with the shit she had to deal with, which she never should have had to deal with in the first place, because this dude should have had more fucking sense than that. Anybody saying that, well, maybe put on more clothes. Fuck you. That's not the answer. The answer is don't be a fucking asshole. Don't be that guy. That's the answer to the situation. Not put on more clothes to the woman. What kind of bullshit argument is that? Think about how stupid that is. You can be dressed like a fucking head to toe in a burqa and shit, and someone could still assault a woman. Okay? So it's not about how you're dressed. It's about how you act as a man. And how men act. That's the fucking problem. Okay? And I'm not talking about every man, because a lot of us have fucking sense and are decent and gentlemen about how we go about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not all men, but these two guys make it shitty for all of us. Because their bullshit reflects on men in general. And then you've got men who are like basically supporting what these dudes did by not calling out the bullshit. Everybody should be rallying around that girl and saying what that dude said was unacceptable. Everybody should be doing that. Not just women. Men should be too. And the reason we should be calling it out is because that's the bullshit that perpetuates more bullshit. And it needs to fucking stop. Now, yeah, I'll fully admit I've like called out Skye Blue, like, yes, she's cute. Yes, she got a nice little body on her. Okay, that's cool. I wouldn't go to a wrestling show and shout inappropriate shit at her. Because I have sense. What if that was like this dude's mom? Like if somebody did it to his mom or his sister, if he has any, like how would he fucking feel? Would he still be saying like, oh, it's how she was dressed? Would anybody still be saying that if that was your mom or your sister or your daughter or, you know, your niece or something like that? If somebody treated someone in your family that way, would you still be like, you shouldn't have dressed like a hooker? Like, would you say that at that point? No, you'd be ready to fucking fight somebody. So spare me the bullshit about, oh, it's how she's dressed. She should put on more clothes. That's a bullshit argument, and everybody knows it's bullshit. That's fucking childish shit. And it's not childish. We're not on that childish shit anymore. It's 2020 fucking 4. Like, we all know better than that now. Come on. Come the fuck on. You know, we all know better than that in this day and age, not to be acting like that. So the idea that, like, going after her because of how she was dressed, like, come on. Like, do you realize how stupid that sounds? Like, do you realize how clownish that makes you come off? If that's the argument you're making. Well, she's walking around with her ass hanging out. That means it's okay to talk to her however the fuck. You know how stupid you sound saying that? Do you realize how stupid that sounds? It's fucking dumb. And if that's your argument, you're fucking dumb. We gotta be better than that, man. We're supposed to be better than that. In a day and age where, like, you know, all kinds of awful shit's happening, like, we're supposed to be better than that. We're supposed to be men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to man up in a lot of ways for a lot of men out there. And that's one of them. And we got to start treating women better than we do. As a whole, not necessarily myself, anyone who knows how to treat a woman, but in general, like we as men need to be better than that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we all got to do it. We all got to do it. We all have our moments where we don't exactly treat women the way we should treat them. I've been guilty of it in the past. I've grown the fuck up. When I was younger, I was kind of like stupid. You know, a lot of us were when we were younger. But when you got kids and stuff like that, and you get like a family, you should be better than that. You're at a point where you're looking out and trying to raise somebody. You got to be better than that. And you know, I got like stepkids that I raised, so you know, I'm trying to be better than that. I'm trying to teach them the right way to go about life and shit like that. So, you know, like my stepkid probably just woke up like, why is Chris so fucking angry just now? So she heard me probably going off about this, but no. This shit that happened with Skye Blue last night, like I'm sorry that it happened to her. She'll never see this. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll never see this video. But, you know, in all seriousness, I am so sorry that happened to you. You don't deserve that. No woman does. And, like, it's unacceptable behavior from anybody, male or female, to be blunt, you know, to be acting like that at a wrestling show. And especially in front of their own kid. Like, it's not cool. It's not funny. You know, when you do it and a couple people laugh, it's like one thing. When everyone around you's telling you to shut the fuck up, that's when you get the memo to stop. And apparently it'd been going on the whole fucking time, and he just kept getting louder and louder to the point where the second the match ended, Aubrey Edwards got him booted. And you know, she rushed to the back, and she's young. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like 20 something. That shit's fucking heartbreaking. Like it really is, because again, we're supposed to be better than that shit. You know, it's supposed to be different now. Like as like fuck, man, be better. Fuck. Speaking of be better, Ric Flair, dude. It's not 1984 anymore. You're no longer in the Horsemen. You are older than my fucking dad, okay? My dad is younger than you. The fact that you were going out and doing shit that he was doing like 20, 30 years ago, still at 77, it's fucking sad, dude. You're going out sad. Put the fucking drinks down and grow the fuck up. Like, it's sad. You got kicked out of a fucking pizza parlor the other day. A pizza parlor. It wasn't like 2 a.m. This is middle of the fucking day. And you're acting like an asshole. Why? What is the reason? Like, was it that serious? Did you ever conduct yourself like that? Like, put the bottle down. Put the bottle down. Go to rehab. You know, get yourself right before you end up real fucking even sadder than you already are. And for real, as someone who grew up watching Ric Flair, this shit's sad. Like, seeing him acting like this is fucking, it's sad and it's embarrassing. If I were one of his kids, I'd be fucking embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for them. Like, seeing your dad acting like this and running around like still doing this shit. It's embarrassing. It really is. Like, get off the sauce, bro. Fuck. Like, really, like, you have to, like, it's embarrassing. Excuse me. It's embarrassing seeing a 77-year-old man with all the health problems he survived and all that stuff, And the second lease on life he got, to see him going down this road, it's not just, it's sad, but it's also infuriating. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't get that second chance at life. Some people don't get that opportunity. He did. And he's literally drinking it all away. He's literally guzzling it down his fucking gullet. And it's fucking sad. But, you know, I'm just a fan who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, according to some people. You know. But whatever, you know, just this shit just irked me. So that's the reason I did this video today. You know what? I'm gonna end on a that's actually not a happy note because that episode ended kind of bad. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway. X-Men 97, episode 9. Tolerance Distinction, part 2. If you haven't seen it by now, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it. I don't give a fuck. If you haven't seen it by now, that's your own goddamn fault because everyone's been talking about it. Needless to say, if you've read the comics, they have kind of adapted Fatal Attractions. The story where Magneto finally said enough is enough. People gonna learn today. And he fired off an EMP that shut down the fucking planet. In the comics, millions died within like seconds. Planes fell out of the sky. Pacemakers stopped killing people. Life support system stopped killing people. Submarines stopped in the water, sunk to where the water pressure would crush them. Boats got stuck in the ocean. Just all kinds of shit just went bad. And the X-Men go to try to stop him or convince him otherwise. Wolverine ain't about that. And he attacks Magneto to the point where Magneto finally says, I've had about enough of your shit. You keep attacking me with metal fucking claws. I'm the master of magnetism, you dumb shit. So we're gonna deal with this metal claw shit right here, right now. And really all the metal in your fucking body laced around your bones that are making unbreakable. Because I'm taking all that shit out. And he pulls the adamantium off of Wolverine's skeleton. And one of the most visually visceral moments in comics that I've ever seen. Like, even the comic, they're like, you know, Wolverine doesn't scream. He doesn't have time to scream. It fucked up his healing factor. It fucked up, it also gave a revelation that Wolverine has bone claws. That his claws weren't just part of the adamantium process. They were already in his body, a part of his skeleton. Which shocked everybody when it happened. Like, everybody's like, oh shit! Wolverine's claws are fucking bone? When did that fucking happen? Because initially it was thought that they were part of his gloves. And that's where they came from. Only to find out in Fatal Attractions, nah, they're part of his skeleton. Leading into the origin storyline that they later did with Wolverine later on, where they explain his real origins and stuff like that. But he becomes kind of feral in the comics and shit like that. Needless to say, by the end of this episode, the X-Men are fucked. Cable's control is taken over by Sinister and kills Jean Grey. Probably not. We're probably going to get the Phoenix. But that's for later. But she's probably not actually dead. But Jean like pulls Cyclops there, like, and he sees her die at his hand. Where you see Cable reveals that he's also a highly powerful telepath. Which people forget about Cable. They just think of him as the guy with the metal arm and cybernetic arm and the guns. Cable actually is more than that. The techno-organic virus that he has in his body is basically turning him into a machine. How he keeps that at bay is through his telekinetic powers. He uses them to keep it at bay, so part of his telekinetic powers are drastically tamped down because he's literally using it to fight his own body, becoming completely machine. So there's that. But Cable, when he lets loose his telekinetic power, is like fucking Haas. So we see that, and Magneto is not fucking around anymore. He was gonna crush Professor X's head in his skull with his helmet. Like, you want my helmet so bad? Here, take it, bitch. Face my power. At which point, Wolverine stabs him in the back and then Wolverine says some cool shit like, I've been in a lot of wars, bub. The brave are always the first to die. And Magneto just says, Logan, finally, this feud is over. And at that moment, I'm like, oh, are they going to do this? Are they going to do... Oh no. Yoink! Adamantium off the bones. And that's how the episode ends. I did not expect them to do that, but I'm actually kind of glad they did, because, like, I like Wolverine, but he's always going to Magneto like Magneto can't fuck his shit up. He's always done that, like, I'll get you, bub. And Magneto's like, I'll humor you for a little bit, but please remember I'm the master of magnetism and I can end you in 2 seconds. I'm just playing with you. In this episode, or the last 2 episodes, he decided, I'm not playing with anybody. Anybody comes at me is gonna fucking get it. And you stab me in the back. Oh shit, I'm dead. No, wait, I can control the iron in my blood, so I'm not gonna bleed out. Fuck you, and fuck your adamantium. Taking that shit out. So yeah, episode 10 is gonna be a banger. This whole season has been a banger. I'm probably gonna marathon that shit one of these weekends where I'm not busy. Because I need to watch it beginning to end again, because god damn, this is such a good show. It is so good. It is so amazing. And if you're not watching it, what the fuck are you waiting for? Watch this show. Just go watch it. It's amazing. Anyway, that's all I've got for this one. I went way longer than I wanted to, because I was going to just stop at the Skye Blue shit. But then the Ric Flair stuff came into my head and I had to talk about it. And then I was going to end on a happier note, talk about X-Men 97. But then I realized it wasn't a happy episode. It was like episode 5 turned up to 10. Turned on steroids. Because of what they did to Wolverine. Because everybody likes Wolverine. Everybody's like, Wolverine's my motherfucking man. Like, everybody likes Wolverine. Like, I got you slicked. Like, everybody likes Wolverine. So him getting the shit kicked out of him the way he did, everyone's kind of like, damn. But that was going to happen. I'm shocked they did Fatal Attractions, but I'm also glad they did Fatal Attractions. To quote the one meme, everyone was harmed in the making of this video. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.